The City of Joburg is launching the iSchool Africa Lab Education Inclusion Program for children with autism SA today. It forms part of efforts aimed at fostering inclusion in schools. Well, for more, we're joined by Johannesburg MMC for Health. That's Mpho Phalatse. Mpho, good morning.
Good morning.
And thanks for your time. Now, tell us about your involvement in this project.
So the city has a Persons with Disabilities unit whose role is to play an advocacy role, first and foremost, to try and improve the lived experiences of persons with disabilities, different types of disabilities, be it physical, be it visual, auditory, or even learning disabilities. We have many stakeholders that we work with, and we try and advocate and provide support for this community. This partnership with Autism South Africa started a while back, and it was born out of a need for awareness, realizing that a lot of people don't understand autism. A lot of families struggle dealing with autism because the systems also don't understand autism. As a doctor myself, I saw my first case of autism 4 years after I qualified as a doctor, and I was supposed to be able to diagnose it. So it's still something that needs to develop in South Africa. Well, even globally, actually, there's still a lot that needs to be understood about it, like what causes it, and so on and so forth. And so we saw a need to work with communities, work with families, work with our healthcare providers, our doctors, our nurses, and expose them to people that are living with autism.
Because we are seeing more and more kids being diagnosed, aren't we? I mean, wherever on the spectrum they might be, because there are various levels of or degrees of autism.
Yes.
I don't know what the right term is, but on the spectrum.
Certainly, as we educate people more, as we create more awareness, we are picking up more and more cases of autism, yes.
So where is the iSchool Africa Lab? Where is it? Who does it actually serve? Does it only serve particular schools? Can anyone go there?
So this is now a pilot project. It's a one-year pilot that we will be hosting at the Nokutula School for children with special needs. iSchool Africa will be donating 20 iPads, and the City of Johannesburg will be donating accessories. We will observe if this model can work to improve the learning experiences of children with autism, because they have a lot of challenges.
Is this a school for children with autism?
It is a school for children with all kinds of disabilities, including autism. So it's not only for children with autism.
So if kids with autism who live in other parts of Gauteng, will they be able to attend and experience this, or is it
not at this stage? As I said, this is a pilot project for a period of 1 year. We will monitor it and see if it is working, and then we can look at what it should look like citywide going forward.
Okay, well, I see that you're going to be handing over iPads, accessories, all kinds of technology as well. What about those who are supposed to be teaching the kids, MMC? I mean, have you had to bring in specialists to deal with this, or was that...
So as part of the pilot project, they will also be developed, they will be trained on how to use the technology. This is a customized learning platform for children with those kinds of challenges. So they would need specialized training, they would need to understand how to work with the technology to improve their work as teachers as well, because they also struggle. Children with autism, if you're not properly trained, are quite difficult to deal with.
So would this be in future, I mean, this is a pilot project, when you do roll this out and it goes further, would you be probably implementing this in your mainstream schools where children with autism can go and they don't have to go to a special school, or will it only be in schools that cater for children?
I think it's highly unlikely that we'll have a situation where they go to a mainstream school because of their special learning needs. I think for optimal learning experiences, they would need to be in a specialized environment that can cater for their needs. We will, of course, get a lot of information out of the pilot that will inform how we will roll this out going forward. We will obviously bring in the private sector as well. Education is not a core competency of local government, so we will look at partnerships that can help us to give this to many people, to as many children as need.
Wonderful. So the launch happens today. What time?
We start at 10 o'clock at Nokutula School for Special Needs.
Which is where?
In Lyndhurst.
In Lyndhurst. Wonderful. Yeah. Well, let's see how that goes. We'd like a report back in a couple of months to see how this is working. Thanks very much. That's MMC Mpho Phalatse, just